Weird.
We're seeing Deadpool. Oh my gosh.
Think that wasn't yet. My sister has it. Yes. It's you.
I know.
Wintertime here at Hogsmeade Village.
Lieutenant Dane,
Hello, Forrest.
you got new legs.
Titanium alloy.
Time for my summer sizzle, cool as a cherry popsicle.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
It's happening. It's dish time.
I've always wanted to do this in front of you.
Creating content that enlightens and lifts you up.
Dish, sir, dish.
Me at Splash Mountain, just pepper these in here.
Hello, everyone. This is Kermit the Frog reporting live from the final showing of Muppet Vision 3D.
Right? God, I missed our daily dishes.
Yes, indeed.
You know, I really don't remember you being this opinionated.
Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the dish.
Hey. So, let's dish.
What do you want to dish about?
Anything you guys want. This is your time.
Welcome back, Fun Fam! And if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to follow the Bradley's Fun. This is the dish. I hope that wherever you are, you're having a phenomenal day or evening or middle of the night or morning, or I don't know when you're watching, but we're live at 8:06 in the evening PM on the East Coast, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific time or Pacific time. Anybody else say Paschetti for spaghetti? And one of my older sons once used to, I used to always call it Paschetti instead of spaghetti. Hello to everybody. Hello. Thank you guys for being here so much. I hope that you're having a phenomenal day, phenomenal time, phenomenal week. What a weekend. My gosh. I'm sorry. The last week and a half has been one of the craziest weeks and a half in this country. It is what it is. And it's something super bad and then some really, really good coming from something that was super, super bad. Yeah. So Jonathan says, this is funny. Hi, everyone. Went to Cracker Barrel the other day. Didn't like the new menu logo, but the food was still good. This is Jonathan, by the way, my new YouTube name. Yes, Jonathan, It still says Jonathan Rubin. It says who you are. So I know exactly who you are. But I'm glad. I noticed when I drove by my local Cracker Barrel on, I think it was yesterday. I think it was Sunday yesterday that it was pretty packed. It looked pretty busy. I was sometime in the afternoon. Now I didn't like go up to it. I drove by it on the street, but it looked its usual busyness. And we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight, a little bit about the Cracker Barrel, mostly the back and forth that between Cracker Barrel and Steak and Shake, just because here's the thing. To me, that whole back and forth thing has been hysterical. It's been absolutely funny. And honestly, after the last 10 days, I need a break. I need a break. I need some funny in my life. It's been somber. It's been blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so we need a good thing. I need you guys. I need you because you're the energon that gets me here. That, the energy, the energon that makes this guy transform and roll out of bed for my afternoon nap to be here with you.
A toast, Autobots. Boy, these are good. I needed to refuel. Energy! This stuff's the greatest!
Yay! Energy! It's the greatest! I gotta check something. I gotta make sure that's yeah, okay. There it is. Got it. Just checking some things. We got somebody in the back who's been knocking, but you all know him. You all love him.
Afternoon, everybody.
Tom! Wrenching away.
It's not working.
What? The wrenches?
It's not making me look any better. Dang it.
Oh, well. Yeah. Well, the glasses help.
Well, yeah, man. That's like my superpower.
Yeah, there you go. Let's say hi to everybody, Tom. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I am hanging in there. It's been today's been busy for me. So busy. I wrote an article for that Park Place. I don't know if it's on yet. We're gonna get to another article that I wrote. I went out to Animal Kingdom. I checked out the massive. It's like just cut out a quarter of the park right now. Massive construction out there. Yeah, it's I'll show some pictures a little bit later on. But that story is coming up on thatparkplace.com. And our friend Vinny T is in the chat. She's hanging out at Dollywood these last few days, so she's having a blast. And
yeah, I want to go there next year.
She told me that she can't bring me any cinnamon bread because it'll deflate. And I said, if it comes from Dolly, I don't want it deflated. So,
hey, I have an old joke.
Keep it clean-ish.
It's kind of cleanish. You know what this is?
A finger? I don't know.
Dolly Parton hiding behind a tree.
Oh, yeah, that's an old one. All right, so let's say hi to everybody that is here and in the chat. My Energon, the best audience on YouTube's. From the very top, it was you, Tom. You chimed in first. You said hit the like on the way in, y'all. My mom is here. Kathleen Fantazi says, good evening, everyone. Hi, Mom. Always good to have support from Mom. And she said hi to you, Tom. And our good friend William Schweikert is here. I hope I pronounced that right. I feel like every time I see your picture, I want to salute. I learned a proper salute, not because I was in the military, but because I played one on TV. I played military personnel. Going off to, I guess it was Afghanistan that I was supposed to be going off to at the time in a play. And I learned what the C stood for when it comes to CCAP. So I won't go into that on this show because Tom probably knows what it stands for. And it's not something we're going to go into on this show. Says, hope everyone had a great weekend. Man, I tell you what, yesterday, woof, emotions. Did you watch any of the memorial service yesterday, Tom?
Some of it.
Some of it?
Some of it.
It was a lot,
I'm still in the angry as hell phase.
I understand. I there's so much chatter online about this conspiracy or that conspiracy or this or blah blah blah. And I'm like, you know what? Can we get the gentleman buried and maybe give some rest to his family first and honor that. But I'm telling you, it was massive. I've never seen anything like that memorial before. That was crazy. A lot of good speakers. Really, what Erica, his widow, said just really moved me. So,
yeah.
William says, "What's up?" And your dear wife is here. Linda F is in the chat. Hello, Ron, panel, everyone in the chat. And our good friend Chef Eddie says, "Summer Sizzle," and Vinny T coming to us from Nollywood says, "What's up?" Kit Kat. Oh no, Sizzle, please. Kit Kat. I have not eaten Kit Kat in a while, but I did have a Hershey's chocolate earlier, so I feel ever so slightly guilty, but not too bad.
Now I want a Kit Kat with some peanut butter.
It's not Kit Kat, it's Reese's. The Reese's with the chocolate lava. I keep wanting to try it, and I haven't tried it yet. But I like chocolate way too much, and I'm really trying to lose weight right now, so it's not a good time for me to try and eat chocolate.
Linda had a nice chocolate chip cookie that actually, peanut butter cookie with a full-size Reese's peanut butter cup in the middle of it from Summer House.
Ooh. I think I have bought a cookie from Summer House, but I really want to sit down and eat there at some point in time.
So do I. Never done that yet.
There, and of course, as soon as I get myself $500, I want to go have a bowl of soup at the Cake Bake Shop because a $500 bowl of French onion soup looks good. Being hyperbolic, people, it's not really $500. It's pretty close, though.
but the cake would push it over $500.
The cake would definitely push it over $500, especially if I got a whole cake that's like $200, $300 for a cake.
How would you only eat just one?
I would share it amongst many, many, many friends. Andy W is anti-sizzle. She's anti-sizzle. Kit Kat says hi, everyone. Jonathan Rubin, we went over that chat earlier. And James All Day says the Steve Carell clip is my reaction to Jimmy Kimmel's show coming back. I know. So many of us.
Raise a drink to that, James.
I agree with you. I'm not going to talk about that on this show because I think we're going to focus on that on the pro show right after this. So this one I'm going to keep kind of a lot lighter and try to not deal with Steve Carell in particular. There might be some things that I say, but it's just Tom and I chatting back and forth tonight. So I don't really need to get into a deep dive on any of that. I say it from time to time. Consume the goodness is here. We love to consume the goodness. Yes, indeed. John says, hi, Ron. Dan's Life with Kingdom is here as well. Good evening, everyone. It's been a while. It's been a while because it's been a wild week. Wednesday, I got caught up in some things, couldn't do the show. Sunday was the memorial. Didn't want to preempt that, or it preempted us, or whatever. And I'm not... I think the Sunday shows are going to be special shows when they pop up from now on. I don't know that they're going to happen every single Sunday, but the Monday and Wednesday shows should always be here to stay, at least for now. Wild Man of Yavin is here. I know you were the scuba thief, Ron. I'm watching you. Watching. Always watching. Thanks.
Wild Man, you're forgetting one thing. And so Ron gets in better shape, he can't sink.
That's true. I'm floating at the top. You should see my belly. It's big. Hey.
I had an alibi for you there, Ron. You're good.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Good cover. Good cover. I haven't actually been to Disney Springs in like a while, a couple of years ago. And I can't believe I'm saying this, that I've been doing the channel for this long. I've got people that come into these chats now that have been with me for a couple of years, because I had a series from Disney Springs every Saturday called Saturdays at the Springs. We did that series for 10 weeks.
We had meetups there. That was last year.
Yeah, but it's been like, it's just the time is flying is all. It's just wild. It's just wild. We leave in one day. Yay. Dan says hi to Tom. And Consume the Goodness says, super good from super bad. Such a good and faithful Father we serve. Yeah, you know, the good that has come from what happened is going to be so much better. And I will say this real quickly, very, very briefly. My understanding from all medical examiners' reports and everything we have like that is that Charlie basically was unaware. You know, I mean, in his mind, his spirit, he was alive one moment in body and alive the next moment only in spirit, and didn't feel an ounce of pain, not even a little bit. Like literally the way that what happened in such a way that according to all the medical examiners and reports and everything that we have, he felt no pain. His brain didn't have time to recognize it as such, which is pretty miraculous in itself. Yeah, Chef Eddie, sounds like you need some summer sizzle in your life to cheer you up. We definitely need some lighthearted stuff, so that's what we're here for. Autumn sizzle. I don't know what would autumn. It's time for the fall that fizzles. I don't know. Yeah.
You know what? You got to put Peepaw hanging out in a Cracker Barrel.
There you go. Peepaw's bringing it to the Cracker Barrel. Does anyone know how to change my YouTube channel name? I am working to create a channel called Neverboy91, and it still says my name instead of fun names all of you have created. There is a way to do that. You have to go to the YouTube studio, and you can't, and you have to go to the YouTube studio from a web browser. From a web browser, you would type in studio.youtube.com, make sure it's in your account, and then you can make the changes, Jonathan. And Dan's Live with the Kingdom. Awesome. Great. You need a break for Dollywood. And, oh, good to see Tom F on the screen. She's loving you. You met up in real life, haven't you?
Penny T, not yet. We're going to. We're supposed to. We didn't get to.
You haven't quite crossed the paths. It'll happen. Yeah, it does.
We were supposed to meet in Universal, and things just got discombobulated.
Well, let's get those combobulated soon. Yeah. Oh, I pronounced it right. William says I pronounced it right. Good deal. And we're gonna get to some supers in just a moment. Speaking of which, I need to make a little mini video for that. I see them coming in. And congratulations to Sinclair for still refusing to air Kimmel, even though ABC is bringing him back Tuesday. Yes, good job, Sinclair. I was hoping to find out that the affiliates won't carry him. What went to Fright Fest, which was fun, but I keep hearing HHN is better than Six Flags. I would imagine I did Fright Nights. It was called Fright Nights when I was doing Six Flags. Did you do the one in Gurney, Jonathan? Let me know. And I had a snickerdoodle the other night too. Wild Man Evan. Let's see. I said, and Cannon is here. Hi, Cannon. I was at Animal Kingdom today. I thought of you the moment I parked. I'm like, hey, the last time I was here is with Cannon Barnes. Caramel. Dan's wants to try the caramel popcorn cake from the Cake Bake Shop. Well, let me know if you like it. And then there's just a lot more. I'm just trying to see if I missed anybody in the chat as far as don't say Hollow Scream. Okay, I don't think I missed anybody. I think everybody I got. Let's get to the super chats. Chef Eddie gifted one Follow the Bradley's Fun membership. Let's see if we can figure out who that went to. If I can get my chat up. Chat. Do I see them? It went to Eddie Palomo. Eddie Palomo, congratulations on your new membership and Follow the Bradley's Fun. And Vinny T, let's get this party started with the Wookiee dance. Well, thank you. I think for you, Vinny T, at your request, $5 for the Wookiee dance. Absolutely. Your wish is my command. Vinny T, it's funny. All of the supers, you probably don't know this, but all of the supers right now are going towards my laptop fund because I also have to get a new laptop because this one is going to go the way of Dino Land USA.
Ron,
Yeah,
Ron,
I know.
give me the damn thing and let me work my magic.
Okay. You're not going to be able to fix the camera, and I want one with a better camera, and I don't want to have to add a
Well,
camera.
listen, it doesn't have to go the way of the Dodo. At least you could still keep it as a spare.
I can use a spare. But you know what else I could use? A strike. But also, I haven't bowled in like 5, 6, 7 years. I don't know.
Well, that's your own fault.
I no, you know what? I know when I bowled last. I bowled in 2020. The reason I know that is because we went to a bowling alley where in 2020 we did not have to wear our masks inside. that was why we went. We were like, it's in Kissimmee, and we went in, and I'm like, people aren't wearing the masks. This is awesome. I love it. And because I'm sorry, I was anti-mask from the beginning. You know what? Do you know why I was anti-mask, Tom?
Well, quite honestly, I can guess.
I bet you'll guess wrong. I was actually taking an expert's advice when I was anti-mask.
I'm thinking it same reason I didn't like it, because they really don't do nothing because they don't seal properly. They're just a spit guard.
All of that is true, but there's one very important figure who I got that advice from nationally, and it was Dr. Fauci. Do you not remember when Dr. Fauci specifically came out and said, you guys you don't need to wear a mask? It was literally from that point to 2 weeks later that they said everybody needs to wear masks. And it was ridiculous. And I'm like, but you just told us they do nothing. And you showed us why. He held up a mask.
His name should be changed.
Oh my God.
To Dr. Fibby.
Yeah, Dr. Fibby's a pretty good one. Oh, anyway, we let's get to the numbers. The weekend numbers. For anybody that hasn't seen it, I'm going to put it on the screen real quick. Share screen. Share my screen. I shall share my screen. Excuse me. My gosh, I'm not. The water is not going down right. All right, this is the Follow the Bradley's Fun spread shop, and I want to show this particular product. I don't know if Vinny has seen this yet. This product is called RIP, Reed E. Creek, not the product, but the design. Okay, and let me close in on what the design actually says and shows. So here's the design, and what the design is. You can put it on any T-shirt or anything like that. It's great. Absolutely great for Halloween. It's reminiscent of one of the gravestones you may see at a place like Haunted Mansion, one of those funny gravestones. And it reads, "Here lies the ashes of Reed E. Creek. With foot stuck in mouth, their outlook turned bleak." So yes, and you can. There, Native Hawaiian is here. Thanks, Native. Hey, you can see it. It says shop the Bradley's Fun at there's my link to the spread shop right now. So that there are many different designs you can get on that.
Got to come up with a alternate one for the rivers.
Oh god, yeah, something. So sad. They're all dried up right now. What do you see? Pictures I have to show you what I did at Animal Kingdom. Okay, and anyway, anyhow. So that is that, and let's go over here to. By the way, the celebration we just had, we celebrate Supers. You know that. If anybody donates through PayPal, buy me coffee or anything like that, let me know during the show. Or if you purchase anything from the spread shop, also let me know that during the show, and we'll celebrate that as well. This weekend was a bum weekend in the theaters. And we're going to put it on the screen right out of the numbers. There just wasn't anything going on, which is probably really good. Everybody was watching the Charlie Kirk Memorial yesterday. Over 100 million views, from what we understand. So the theaters were just so down. The number one movie, foreign film, put out by Sony Pictures, Demon Slayer. Have you seen it yet, Tom? You said you wanted to go see it.
I didn't get a chance to. I'm thinking maybe tomorrow.
Okay. Wait till Tuesdays. That's the discount day.
Well, why do you think I'm doing that? I'm cheap, man.
Oh, wait. Tomorrow is Tuesday. I forgot. I'm thinking it's Sunday. Missed the Sunday.
Yes, tomorrow is Tuesday. You know, I got to save money for guitars, man. I got my priorities.
Him from Universal, 13 million, 17 million by Demon Slayer, which is amazing. And the changes to theaters, it went up by 27 theaters per theater count of over $5,000 per theater for a foreign film. That's pretty cool. So that one's doing well. Conjuring Last Rites, number 3, Downton Abbey, the grand finale, number 4, Long Walk by Lionsgate. I don't know what that is.
Neither do I.
Big Bold Beautiful Journey. I don't know. That's a name. The Senior by Angel Studios. I think I've seen ad for that. And then I guess Toy Story must have had a re-release by Walt Disney.
Was it Bob's New Shower? Toy Story 7?
Yeah. It made $600 per theater. $600 per theater. That's hilarious. So did Freaky and Friday. Oh my gosh. How many tickets is that? Like 10?
I don't know.
No, that's
if it's a matinee, it might be even more.
No, it's like 100. It's like 100. No, 50. About 50 tickets total per theater over the weekend. We're not talking about one show. We're talking about the entire weekend. It's sold all of. My gosh, 50.
That's hard, man.
Look, you know what made more? Sight and Sound presents Noah Live, and I have had many friends that have been in that Noah Live show in Branson. Now, I don't know if the live show that they did was the one filmed in Branson or their other location, but because they have two. But I've had a lot of friends in the Sight and Sound shows, and Fantastic Four is all the way down at number, what is that, 15? So yeah, but good night. What a horrible weekend box office chart that is. It's just so sad. I mean, I don't know. It's nobody's going to the movies anymore.
No, that's why I asked in chat what everybody went to see. Curious.
Yeah, the last movie I saw in the theater was Lilo and Stitch, I think.
You didn't see Demon Slayer yet either?
No, I've seen other movies to review them, but not in the theaters. My wife and I watched Superman on HBO Max, and it really does get worse every time I see it.
Once was enough.
It's just it felt like the wrong version of a Superman character came into a James Gunn Guardians film or some weird stuff. It's just so weird. So the whole, first of all, when Superman first starts out, and the fact that he's gotten beat up, right? So why did James Gunn put the fortress in Antarctica? Does James Gunn understand anything about geography? Antarctica is really far away from literally everything, whereas the Arctic is not nearly as far away as people think. Look on a globe, a lot of the countries are like much further north than we think, especially like Europe, and Denmark is way up there, and Sweden, all those Nordic countries, Norway has boundaries go way up by the North Pole. It just makes no sense. They put it in Antarctica, made all of Kryptonians basically evil. It's so dumb. So dumb. Oh, look who just popped into the chat. My beautiful wife is here. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Just watching here and listening. Eating so late a dinner. Yeah, we have both had a super, super busy day. Love you, baby. She is working so hard on her whatnot, and what is the other one called? Not PayPal. Why can't
I can't pronounce that one. It's the other
it's one. Whatnot, not Macari. But she does have a Macari shop, and the other one, the one that begins with P. Postmark. There it is. Postmark. Thank you, baby. Appreciate that.
Postmark or Poshmark?
I call it Postmark. Maybe it's Poshmark.
I could be wrong.
It's Mark something. Anyway.
I would abbreviate that, but I'll get in trouble.
I understand. Let me see if I can find.
Well, that would be the Disney mark. Ooh.
Oh. The stories are going by so fast. There it is. This is the one I want to get to for the well. Let's get to our first story, shall we? Let's start doing it. Let's get the show on the road. Out of that parkplace.com, bookmark it if you haven't done so yet. Steak and Shake takes credit for Fire the CEO Cracker Barrel billboard. This was so funny when I saw this story and wrote it up. I wrote this for that parkplace.com. And it's just really funny. It's just so I figured, again, good time to take a break from all the serious stuff. There's Julie Messino. We know her. We love her. We don't really. Anyway.
Not really.
Fire the CEO is the battle cry from Stick and Shake against Cracker Barrel CEO Julie Phelps. By the way, this is the feud that everybody needed that nobody knew that we needed. It's so funny.
I mean, that's almost better than the feud, the billboard feuds that, what was it, some town, the McDonald's and Burger King was having against each other.
Yeah. It's like that, but it's mostly taking place on X. This is funny. Fire the CEO is a battle cry from Stick and Shake against Cracker Barrel CEO Julie Phelps Messino. So much so they displayed it prominently on a Nashville billboard in a logo style, mocking the attempted Cracker Barrel logo rebrand. Stick and Shake took full responsibility for the billboard on X. There it is. There you can see the post from Steak and Shake. There is a picture of the billboard.
You know how that would have been funny, Ron?
What's that?
If they had Uncle Herschel painting it.
Oh my gosh. That would have been the glory. The glory. Did you hear the idea from Tom? Go fix the billboard. Put Uncle Herschel painting it. That would be hilarious. That's brilliant. That's genius. Tom gets the credit for that one. Absolutely. In a quoted post from Digital Gal X, the company wrote, "Yes, we are responsible for this billboard. Cracker Barrel's board has failed its shareholders." I feel like it's kind of like Steak and Shake's coming across like Green Lantern. You have failed the city. Not Green Lantern, Green Arrow. Green Arrow
Green
says
Arrow.
you have failed the
It's
city.
like Green Lantern.
The board has failed its shareholders. It spent over a decade fighting with one of its largest shareholders, that would be Baglari, rather than collaborating for the good of the company. Cracker Barrel has been at the forefront of the DEI movement. At the same time, it has reduced food quality and burned millions on failed acquisitions. The board apparently has more regard for DEI than ROI. Now we are returning a proxy contest at our own we are running a proxy contest at our own expense to fire the CEO. Baglari is doing the work left undone by the board. Fire the CEO and save Cracker Barrel. The statement credits Steak and Shake CEO Sardar Baglari, who is an investor in Cracker Barrel. An ongoing feud. The feud between Steak and Shake and Cracker Barrel first gained notice in August 2025. Steak and Shake's first somewhat innocuous statement on August 20th was, quote, "This is what happens when you have a board that does not respect their historical customers or their brand," end quote. Very innocuous, very, but this is what it got followed up with on X the next day. Steak and Shake. Sometimes people want to change things just to put their own personality on things. At Cracker Barrel, their goal is to just delete the personality altogether. Hence, the elimination of the old timer from the signage heritage is what got Cracker Barrel this far. And now the CEO wants to get rid of it, CEO wants to just scrape it all away, is what they said. There's Uncle Hirsch, and there's Julie Fels Messino. Julie Fails Messino should be her name.
Taco Julie.
Taco Julie. The Steak and Shake Cracker Barrel feud was taking shape and gave a great deal of attention to Cracker Barrel in a way that may have taken Cracker Barrel by surprise. Steak and Shake for the win. The backlash to Cracker Barrel's new logo and store redesign was swift and overwhelming. A flood of voices, including the President of the United States himself, weighed in, demanding the company abandon what many considered woke changes and bring back its traditional logo, featuring the beloved Uncle Herschel leaning against a barrel. And they did. That's what they did. They turned tail, and oh my gosh, their shares, everything. I just want to know what your thought is, Tom, on the back and forth specifically.
I think it's hilarious.
Yeah. Have you been following it on X?
A little bit. I catch posts here and there. I just, that feed is so crazy. I can't catch it all.
It's true. X is
it's inconsistent on what it shows you.
That's true. Facebook has been horrible for me lately.
Don't even get me started on FB.
Yeah.
I have a different name for
it. It's funny to me that almost everything that we use today started off as some version of a dating website. It all started off from the idea of video dating, which is what people did. Remember in the 1980s and 90s, there was the video dating, right?
Dude, before that, there was the 1-900 numbers.
But video dating was actually for trying to get people together, I guess. I never did any of that stuff.
I'm trying to remember the name of that dang company. It was a video store that tried to do that in Jersey. And they're like, "Hey, come in. We'll host your video. We'll take it in the shop and everything." And I'm thinking, people that desperate? Little did I know.
People have always been that desperate, which is, how they came up with
lowered expectations.
Hey, at least the two walking away, at least they look happy.
They're walking away. So some people aren't happy until they walk away from each other, I suppose. 1-800 collect you. Catwing says, I'm ready to follow the fun. Well, thank you for being here, Catwing. We're having fun chit-chatting about Steak and Shake and Cracker Barrel and their ongoing feud, which has been just hilarious. There's the, the response, because look at the Cracker Barrel shares, 12% down, $94 million market value lost. So it looked like Steak and Shake had scored a major win. Sardar Biglari, that's the CEO of Steak and Shake, long-running feud with Cracker Barrel, might finally be over. But that wasn't the case. Steak and Shake had won a battle, not the war. And this is where it got really interesting to me. Instead of calming down, it actually heated up. Sardar Biglari, head of Biglari Holdings and the owner of Steak and Shake, has been an activist investor in Cracker Barrel since 2011 when he purchased 4.7 million shares of Cracker Barrel for a total of $241 million. Over the years, he has waged multiple proxy fights seeking board representation, often blasting the company's strategy and leadership. Those shareholders repeatedly rejected his personal bids for a seat. A 2022 cooperation agreement allowed one of his nominees, Jody Bilney, to join the board. So he's got somebody on the board in his name, basically, giving him indirect influence. Even after trimming his stake in recent years, Biglari has remained one of the Cracker Barrel's most persistent outside critics. So Steak and Shake poised for a fight. And this is where it gets interesting. Steak and Shake is poised for a fight until Messino gets fired. Steak and Shake's aggressive new campaign surfaced on August 22nd, 2025, with the debut of its Fire the CEO mock brand on X. Excuse me, there you can see it right there, Fire the CEO. And again, we need Uncle Herschel painting that thing, right?
Yeah.
Since then, post
you can either paint that or have a little picture of Taco Julie that he has an go with the X through.
Since then, posts from official Steak and Shake account have taken repeated aim at Cracker Barrel, specifically targeting CEO Julie Felix Messino. The attacks have shown no sign of slowing down, with the company making it clear it will not back down until Messino resigns or the board removes her. A September the 7th post summed up the stance bluntly. And this is what Sardar Biglari wrote. The board needs to fire the CEO immediately, the company said. She's had over 2 years, yet all we've seen is the destruction of over $1 billion in shareholder value. We cannot give up now. A management that hates its core brand and historical customer base will continue to find new ways to ruin the company.
Sounds like Disney.
Yeah. Does sound very familiar, right? Yeah, it's crazy. So Biglari is not backing off. He's escalating. And the latest move is the billboard.
I think he's going to push harder. I wouldn't doubt when the stock dropped if he bought more.
Yeah, I think that's what he is. Where's the billboard he put up? It should be up here somewhere.
You went past it.
Oh, there it is right there. Fire the CEO. Okay. So there's the billboard. That's what he's done lately. And my guess is, yeah, my guess is that this is going to continue to hit until she is gone and moved on. She started off with like Starbucks. Maybe next she moves to what's that other breakfast place? The First Watch. Maybe she
didn't she mess that up?
First Watch? I don't know. Did she mess up Starbucks?
No, First Watch. I thought she messed up First Watch also.
No, she was actually in charge of Sprinkles cupcakes for a while. Did you know that?
Oh,
yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, she did. She spent like 4 years at Sprinkles. So, so like her thing has always been before Cracker Barrel. Even with Taco Bell, Taco Bell's not really leading in the forefront, But before Taco Bell, all the brands that she ever worked with were like modern, edgy. We serve a different particular public brand. So she worked with Starbucks and Sprinkles and these, and like, I think First Watch would probably be a good place for her to go. So any place that's not, I mean, I don't know how she got on as the CEO of Cracker Barrel, because Cracker Barrel is so the opposite of who this woman is. And, you know, again, very much like Disney and Bob Iger and Walt Disney are about as opposites as you can get. And
I have a suspicion of how she got on there, but I cannot say that on your stream.
Okay, we don't talk about the fact that she's a woman and maybe there was a man or a woman. I don't know.
No, it's to do with DEI.
The DEI. Oh, well,
it's a different abbreviation for it. A different anagram for DEI.
Okay. Yes, we keep this on the
I'll be nice. I'm not saying nothing.
Nice level. I know. That's true.
We're at the 47-minute mark. I might slip. I don't know.
Don't slip. Anyhow,
I might fall on a taco wrapper or something. I don't know.
That is all we have for that story. And unlike Pro, I need to get some creative ways to do the outs of a story, right?
I have some ideas.
All I have is right. Yeah, so we don't want to do that. I tell you what, one thing you might not want to do is go to the Grand Floridian. But before we get to the Grand Floridian, you might not want to go to Animal Kingdom right now. As a matter of fact, you might
want to just don't go to Disney.
Well, that's a possibility too. This is not really a story. I'm just going to kind of share my experiences from the day to day. But maybe follow this guy's advice and don't go to Animal Kingdom. Go this place.
I think what happened is I went to Epcot. You can go around the whole world, and I had a couple in the Germany section, and I thought I went to China. Anyway, I'm a knucklehead.
Yeah, he's a knucklehead, all right.
Yeah, but if you go to Epcot now, you don't even get to go halfway around the world before you're sloshed.
What? Oh no! I mean, you can get sloshed at Spaceship Earth.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you don't have.
Now, so what they got to do is have drunk wheelbarrow races. That brings some fun in Epcot.
Boy, what I saw today at Animal Kingdom, and I'm writing the story between tonight and tomorrow morning. Wow. It's pretty crazy. So let me get this on the screen, and all I can really show you is the slides. So this is where we start off. If you have been to Animal Kingdom, Go and Shogi is here.
He's been here for a little bit.
Oh, I miss you, Go and Shogi. Make Cracker Barrel food at home. Yep, that's true. Go and Shogi is going to come over to my house with Chef Eddie, and I'm going to pay both of them. And
you know what the problem with Go and Shogi is? He can cook anything. We don't have that luxury.
He's so good. And you guys can cook me some dumplings, because that's all I would really want to eat. Although I'm not even trying to avoid carbs. I ate too many carbs tonight.
What you
started off with no carbs, just rice. But it's still carbs.
I had fish and vegetables, then followed up with cookies.
I had shrimp, chicken, and rice.
Nice.
And, yeah. After the Kimmel fiasco, I'm done with Disney for good. It's funny because I really liked that for just a moment there, all the lefties were canceling their Disney Plus subscriptions, and I'm like, thank you for joining us. It's been a long time.
You got to wonder if they're going to come back and get it now and go, oh my God, they bought them back. So is Disney going to say, hey, we got subscribers, we picked them back up?
Yeah, all 5 of them that canceled.
They didn't cancel. Who are you kidding? They're lying.
No, of course they're lying. They're all meeting in the Bohemian Grove and having a party. This is an Animal Kingdom. That is the entrance to, I think, what's going to be the theater underground. Well, it is the theater's didn't move. But this is the first construction wall that you come to, and I'm guessing that is signage behind the berm for the new Zootopia 3D thing that's going in there that thematically just doesn't make sense. Putting a different dimension that goes under the tree now instead of bugs? Whatever. I don't know. I don't get it.
I'm still ticked about that.
Yeah. Oh, that tick. See, a tick. That's another bug. That would have been perfect.
That's why I said that.
I know. Yeah. Well, Strings and Pucks, we're doing that story on the Pro Show after this. So about another hour and we'll be hitting that one, but not here. Right now, talking about DAC, as I like to call it, DAC, Disney's Animal Kingdom. So that was, and then this one is at the Discovery Trading Company. Again, these are not construction walls. These are, this is what they put up at Disney when they're doing construction, and maybe they don't plan it for being for a while, but they're these like
fake hedges.
Construction hedges. Yeah, is that what you call them? Fake.
They're hedging their bets.
They're definitely hedging their bets. So I don't know what's going on there, but those were the minimal ones that I came to before I ventured on. And then we get to Dino Land USA. So they still have the sign up, and I guess that sign is going to stay up until at least February. But it doesn't mean that much because as soon as you cross that bridge, you hit the construction wall. So there's the Dino Land sign. This is what happens. This is exactly what you see when you get to the other side of the bridge. And you can see the sign for Tropical Americas. And then you see all of this construction machinery right behind the wall. This is
how loud was it? Were they actually working during the day, or
they weren't working with the cranes, the backhoes and stuff that you see like right in front of the wall or on the other side of the wall. The large crane was operating. I know because I saw the men that were working on it. There's the Tropical Americas sign, and you can kind of see that there's a sign that says Dino Land USA. Still, there is a sliver of Dino Land USA that is still currently open. And in this picture, you can see the sliver. Apparently there's going to be a children's play area in there somewhere that's sort of supposed to replace the boneyard, but I don't know how they're going to do it or where they're going to do it. But there's a sign leading you to it. It's all in this construction walls. There's what the what are the Pueblo Esperanza, I think is what they're calling it. It's going to go. And then as you walk along what was Dino Land, you get this really, really long just construction fence. And that's all it is. It's a super, super long fence with
it's a chain link fence with some green crap over it.
Yeah, that's all it is. I mean, basically, Disney is doing so much construction. They've literally run out of construction walls, and I'm not kidding. That's what's so funny about this. Let me see if I keep going here. All right, so then you see the signs that are still up: Asia, Theater in the Wild, Discovery Island. There's a big pile of dirt. Literally a big giant, it looks like a dung pile.
It's a mountain in Florida. That's usually a garbage dump.
Well,
or a big pile of dirt. Either way.
It is, yeah, pretty much. Moving on over here, as you like,
the butterflies are really high class.
Very, very. They're mariposas. Mariposas is what they are. So now here's this one walkway that's available. Now, what you're seeing would have been right under where Gertie the dinosaur was, I think, over here. And you walk down this big green construction walled area, right? There's the dirt mound again. And this thing is long. There's the guys working. So they were up there. I don't know what they're doing. They might have been eating lunch. Maybe they're playing on their Nintendo
Making
Switch.
about $50 an hour is what they're doing.
Good for them. Dinosaur, the Dino Institute shop, Restaurantosaurus is all back there. So you go back along this corridor. There is the construction heat. By the way, I took all these pictures from stage. None of this. I didn't go backstage to take any of this. This is what you can see from the walkway. That
kind of looks like tropical America.
What's super duper sad to me is that what you're looking at is the boneyard. That was my favorite kids play area. I liked it too. The slides were big enough for me to go down as an adult, so they were cool. But yeah, there it is. It's really sad. And then finally, as you get back there, you turn the corner, and there's still a sign that says Donald's Dino Bash. They haven't taken this sign down, which I think is funny because obviously that's not something that's going on right now. Then, of course, there's a prominent sign that says the Restaurantosaurus Lounge is now open. You have to advertise the bar. Let people know that once you've ventured back there, you can get drunk. That's very important. And then there's what's left of the dinosaur ride. That will be open until I want to say the first week in February, so I will. That's the first week in February. And that's what's still back there right now.
So how long until they decide to take another major long-standing ride out totally? What's
this
next
one
they could screw up on?
This one's not going out. This one's really just being rethemed to an Indiana Jones theme. So I imagine they're going to use the same track and everything. It's just going to be a different theme. But everything dinosaur is going away. So there's the Dino Institute. This is what the store looked like. That's getting off the ride. And then looking back into the store, all this stuff, this is going away. And then you come back out, you go to the right, and this little construction wall around the fence, and it says "Change is good." That's all it says. It's not a Disney quote. I found that really funny and ironic. This was a set of pretty flowers. I took that picture for my wife, my beautiful wife, because she loves the flowers. It's the last dinosaur that's there. And if you do go out, and I want to let people know, if you are going to Disney World this year and you are going to see Animal Kingdom before they take all this out, go here. Go to Restaurantosaurus. You don't have to necessarily eat, but if you want to see big time, major, amazing theming, this restaurant is themed to the max. And it's this is all Joe Rohde when he was an Imagineer. This is peak Disney when it came to theming, how they did this restaurant, and it's beautiful. It's amazing. It's got it's got the dino bones. It's got different areas. It's basically the idea that you're at the edge of a dig site. So you've got all of these different areas that people slept in. That I love this, where they've got all the different bones laid out on shelves, and you're eating right next to it, but it's themed so well. And then you come outside of it and you see the construction walls, and you cannot go back that way, which would have been back to the front of the park. They've got it blocked off. But there it is, Restaurantosaurus. Eat here. They've got, it's the theming of Dino Land was second to none. And that's all that's there. So there, but don't eat those. I don't know what those are, but it says don't eat those. So yeah. Vinny T, are you taking off? All right, Vinny T says she's got to run. The hubby is home. It's got my attention. Have an awesome night, everyone. Thanks for letting me hang. Thank you for being here, Vinny T. We appreciate you. They really should only work on one park at a time. This is destruction of the... No, 40's Mandalorian. It's more. It's Animal Kingdom, this, and it's the entire section. So it's all of Dino Land in Animal Kingdom. It's all basically all of Frontierland, because right now Big Thunder is also under reconstruction. So when you have Big Thunder, Rivers of America, Tom Sawyer's Island, and the Liberty Bell all out of commission, it's an entire land. All of Frontierland is basically out of commission because Splash Mountain is not Splash Mountain anymore. It's Tiana's Broccoli Adventure, and it's horrible. So that's gone at Magic. This is going at Animal, and in Hollywood, it's all over. You have all kinds of things being done in Hollywood studios.
Really?
Yeah, because at Hollywood Studios they've taken out Muppets, so they're doing Monstropolis.
That's
where
right.
Muppets was.
Muppets, yeah.
It's basically Disney trying to answer to Epic playing catch up.
And what, 4 years?
Oh, it's horrible. It's not good. Yeah. Every park but Epcot has construction right now. You're absolutely right, Going Shogi. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. The worst part of it, you're still paying full price. So, matter of fact,
they are trying to give you discounts now, Ron.
The discounts for Florida, yeah, they're not good. They're not what I would call real legit discounts.
No.
But
so basically, you're saying if you want a good Disney experience, go to Disney Springs.
That's it. That's all you got right now, Disney Springs. Before we move on, though, I do want to thank so much Chef Eddie, gifted a follow Bradley's Fun membership. Vinny T, who is getting ready to leave or has already left, says let's just get the party started with the Wookiee dance. And to thank them, we are going to play a little bit of a longer celebration at this midpoint of the show. Is everybody ready to celebrate? Get ready with your custom emojis, your dance emojis, your smiley emojis. Put them in the chat. Let's celebrate.
Is it too much? Too much? It's perfect! Wahoo! Oh, this is too much. Give me a break. I couldn't be more excited. Okay, this anticipation is making me mental. But if they say yes, you can be on the show. I think I would go so crazy.
Oh, goodness gracious me. Strings and pucks, Jeremy. Prayers, buddy. Hope you feel better.
Yeah, man, feel better.
Yeah. I understand. Wow. Oh, we are going to get to another story, and it's another Walt Disney World story, and it's well, how would I put this? If you're going to Walt Disney World right now, especially if you are there and you plan on spending a lot of money at Disney, make sure that you go in with this at top of mind.
Lowered expectations.
Ron, you do know what WDW stands for, right?
What does it stand for right now?
Will Drain Wallet.
Will Drain Wallet. Will Drain Wallet. Every person comes out tired, or what is that? What is it now with Epcot? Every person comes out. How do you say drunk with the T?
Totaled.
Yeah. Every person comes out totaled. There you go. All right. So this is out of thatparkplace.com. Yeah. $845 going Shogi. That was the least expensive rack rate that I could find for a regular room at the Grand Floridian. So I did this report for that park place after going there myself the other day and being completely surprised by what I saw. So this is me. This is that park place by me, Ronnie Bradley. Photos, Disney's Grand Floridian, now construction zone for guests, paying $845 a night. That's actually the bottom of what they're paying. So they're paying, some of them paying much more than that. Upon entering the Grand Floridian lobby at the Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida right now, you may feel like you walked into a construction zone. That's because you have. The resort is getting a major facelift that began with the announcement of a new alcoholic drink service bar in place of the more elegant giant birdcage decor that once stood where the bar is under construction. The bar is only the tip of the iceberg of the current overhaul underway. A stairway, a lobby, a tea room. Oh my! With a desire to check up on the construction progress for the lobby bar, I ventured over to the Grand Floridian Resort on Tuesday, September the 16th, 2025. I had just come from the Magic Kingdom on a friendship boat, which meant entering the resort's main building from the back entrance near the Grand Floridian Cafe. Upon entering, I was taken aback by the immediate meeting of construction sheets blocking off a sitting area and the Disney Vacation Club information desk. So if you see this picture right there, that's what the sheets look like. They're calling them curtains. They're calling them, yes, it's curtains for Disney. it's curtains for Disney.
Curtains, Rocky.
I know they're calling them curtains, but they literally look like bed sheets that are hanging over bars, and I'm not kidding.
Is that their Halloween spooktacular thing?
You'd think. Dan's Life of the Kingdom says, yes, Shogi, you get nothing. You get nothing, and you like it. Yeah, this was crazy. It says, pardon our pixie dust. We're whatever.
Let me interject here.
Please
we
do.
went a couple years back to the Keys, and we got to this place, and they didn't tell us that we had a pool room. They didn't tell us the pool was under construction. So we had to fight and get another place to go because we paid a lot of money, and all of a sudden we had no pool. And it was under construction. Not that it was closed. It was literally people working on it, and you couldn't relax. You couldn't do nothing. So I would equate that to this. If I went there for that much money and I had to hear construction noises and that was up there, I'd be raising holy heck.
Yeah, I don't know when they're doing the construction. They weren't actively working on the bar when I was there, but the entire lobby was out. What else did I say here? So when I first walked in from the back, what took me aback was like when you walk in from the boat dock and you walk into the back of the main building of the Grand Floridian lobby, you have Grand Floridian Cafe is on your right. Right in front of you is the entrance to 1900 Park Fare, which is the character dining. And right over to the left is a little sitting area and a DVC information desk that I used to work at quite frequently. It's actually one of my favorite locations to work. When I could pick up the Grand Floridian, I would pick up the Grand Floridian because it was typically a great place to book from. And also you got a nice desk to sit at, and it was people would walk up to you for information. It was great. And all that area was covered with these sheets, and I was like, what the hey is going on? And so I was just like really taken aback. It was very, very jarring, like literally jarring when I first walked in. So yes, these were not the typical construction walls, but what looked almost like white bed sheets. It was the first time I've witnessed this method of blocking public view from construction area in Disney World. Upon walking a little further towards the Grand Floridian lobby, I began to realize much greater transformation was taking place than just a new bar in the lobby. The Garden View Tea Room, which is shuttered since March of 2020, was also behind construction sheets, as well as the grand staircase and the reception desk at the front of the lobby. So, like, what all is happening? Well, you got the Garden View Tea Room that they're working on. You've got the bar. There's a look at the concept art for what the lobby's supposedly going to look like. It's weird because in this art, I'm just noticing as I'm looking at it now, you get the bar over on the left, which looks like the birdcage used to, sort of, but they kind of aren't showing the fact that one floor up is where the Enchanted Rose bar is. It's in the picture, but it's not noted in the picture as the Enchanted Rose bar, which is very much staying there because it's brand new. This was just so weird. So weird. So I want to see if I can do this. And please go to the website, go to thatparkplace.com, read that entire article and weigh in on the article there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can get to the photos and the video that I took. So you were talking about the keys. What if you were going to Walt Disney World right now? Like, pretend, Tom, that you were some other visitor from some other place, so you weren't a local Floridian. And you paid $900 a night. What do you think you would say when you checked in?
I'd probably be trespassed instantly.
I mean, what do you think?
I would be demanding another room someplace, something to make up for it, because that would be unacceptable, just unacceptable, especially if I had children in tow.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and isn't the point? Isn't the whole point of staying at the Grand Floridian so you got that beautiful view of the castle and you're right there, and it's supposed to be completely magical, right? I mean, that's the whole thing. Where did the magic go?
They should be offering discounts for these rooms now and everything else to keep people going, saying, hey, we know we have this. Let us, we're going to get through this, but we're going to give you a major discount right now just to keep your rooms booked. But
well, that's what I was surprised at. I was like,
what do I know?
When I did the article, I was researching to see if there are any specific discounts given for these rooms because they're under construction, and there's not one. There is no discount given because these rooms are under construction. They are supposedly offering like locals discounts on the rooms, and when you go to try and get into that, they redirect you to other places away from the Grand Floridian, so that if you do want to stay at the Grand Floridian, you're still paying the full price, which is just very, very strange to me. I want to put pictures up of what my journey was like the other day so that people can kind of understand where it was that I came from and how I ended up coming into the Grand Floridian. So what you're looking at right now on the screen is the exit to the Magic Kingdom. Right? So I'm over on the right would be the popcorn stand. At one point in time, I don't know if it still is, but it used to be the world's busiest popcorn stand. And that was like a hugely celebrated thing. They do millions of dollars in business per year, which is crazy. So I walk out of the Grand Floridian. It says, see you real soon, in pumpkins above, which is kind of cute because they've got fall decor. And I took a picture across the Seven Seas Lagoon of the wedding chapel. So you see the wedding chapel, you see the monorail going by behind it. The wedding chapel, people pay $35,000 and up for a wedding in this wedding chapel that used to sit unencumbered off by itself, almost like it was on a little romantic private island, so that when you paid the $35,000 for that wedding in this wedding chapel, you would have this sort of private island environment to yourself. To the right is the Grand Floridian. But now what they've done is right smack behind it, nearly adjacent to it, is put this horrible eyesore of a building up and called it part of the Polynesian. This is something that Disney never would have done in the past. The upper management would have never let this fly because of the eyesore.
Ruined the sightlines, ruined the whole
ambience of the place.
Yeah, I mean,
if you've ever toured the wedding chapel, what's so cool about it is when you're getting married, they actually have it set up so that your backdrop while you're getting married is the actual Cinderella's castle. They've got it aimed exactly at Cinderella's castle at the Magic Kingdom. So it's all set up to be this whole magical thing. And now the magic is destroyed by what looks like a Howard Johnson hotel. I mean, it's
yeah. I wouldn't even say it's a Hojo. Hojo had a better roof.
Well, I mean, I'd say it was at least the first part of that. Maybe not the Joe.
Yeah, I'm thinking it looks more like the projects in Newark.
Yeah, it does not look good, that's for sure. At least not from that angle. All right, so I'm taking the boat. I get on the Friendship boat. Nice night. Approaching the Grand Floridian. Right after this, by the way, they shut the boat down. I was lucky to get that ride because as you see those clouds, the clouds came in.
Typical Florida.
It would start to rain, and the boat was shut down. So I came in. I think that shot was probably just an accident on my camera going off. So I came in, and I didn't take any pictures of the DVC stuff that I saw because I was so stunned that I was like, nah, it's just one little thing. Probably it's probably nothing, right? I didn't realize that it was part of the bigger picture. So then I get in. Yeah, go ahead.
They're not even going to have this done in time for Christmas, and they're going to forgo all that stuff there for this.
No gingerbread house, no Christmas tree, nothing. I mean, they'll put some smaller Christmas trees up, but they usually have a giant Christmas tree that goes up.
Yeah, I know. They usually have a really nice looking. That's
no, none of the traditional stuff that would normally be there is there. But you can see the construction walls in this picture for the bird cage to the right, to the bar that's going in. They've got the piano player moved off to the left, like sitting literally with the piano all the way pushed up against the elevator that's over there. Now, if you look towards, let me see if I can blow this up a little bit so you can see towards the front lobby area. You see the construction walls there down below? The entire lobby is torn up. And where people normally just sit around and relax, that's where they've got the reception desks. So there's basically nowhere to sit. Not that you'd want to sit in a big giant construction area, but I mean, everything that the Grand Floridian lobby was and the welcomingness and all that, it's just not there right now. And then off to the left, you can see that these stairs are closed off. And here's a wider angle of that photograph. And I came around now off to the right. Look at the right side of this picture, and you can see more construction walls, and that's the tea room. The tea room has been closed. I think it's called the Garden View Tea Room. It has been closed since 2020. It's a character meet and greet. They also have tea times during the day and different tea events that were ranging from $35 to $75. And then if you wanted the you wanted the meet and greet experience with the princesses, and that was like a $300 affair. Huge amounts of money. And it's been shuttered for a long time. I guess they're redoing that finally now too.
Are they going to make it a mini bar extravaganza?
I'm wondering. Like honestly, I don't know if they're going to open it as a tea
You're going
room
to
or
put some poles in there so that
more
the
alcohol
can spin on them.
Well, maybe they'll have Esmeralda from Hunchback. Maybe she'll come in. I don't know. It obviously this is a bad show. You can see all of the construction. It's right on stage. The construction walls don't really block much of anything because you can come up and see over them, see into all this. And then here's the oddest thing about all this. Do you remember how many years ago they redid the lobby?
Vaguely.
2 years ago. Yeah. It was just 2 years ago that all that carpet that you see down there, all that carpet's brand new. So they're going to, I don't understand this. I don't understand it at all. There's the wide shot, so you can see more of that. And then this is looking into the tea room. You can see all the construction that they're doing there. They've got all the tables moved out.
Do you think they started these plans before the Ready Creek thing happened? In other words, they had these permits filed and they had to rush through this stuff because they wouldn't get them approved now?
No, I don't think that's the case. What I honestly think is that they realize how much market share they're going to lose to Epic Universe, and they're like, we need something that creates a revenue stream. And they said bars. And then after we do the bars, then we'll think about changing the rides. And then we'll get rid of all the ones that people love and we'll put in ones that people don't love. And we'll do that all at the same time so that there's construction everywhere. Because obviously the people making these plans were clearly drunk at the time they did it.
I don't think there's enough alcohol to be that stupid.
I mean, I just, yeah.
I think it's bad decisions. You know, it's just, it's a shame, man, because you're talking, people are spending a lot of money to go there. They don't know what's going on. They go there, they get this, and it stinks, man. It just hurts the kids' experiences.
Florentin, have you seen all this construction yourself at the Grand Floridian? I know you're local. I'd love to know what your input is. It's just so. So it's probably, pardon our pixie dust. The staircase is currently unavailable. Please use the elevators. The huge staircase, and look at this is what it looks like. All of these curtains look like bed sheets. There's a close-up picture so you can see the construction of the bar. That's what it looked like from far away. There's a whole bunch. There's like these Disney, I don't know, upper management execs, whatever they are. Maybe they're just concierge people. How long have you been going to Disney World, Tom?
A long friggin' time. Well, let me check. Up until they started the reservation system, then I stopped.
Okay, but you went there.
I've been there
prior to 2019,
70s.
2020.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot, right? So, the reason I'm asking is, do you remember the Grand Floridian doll lady? So when my wife and I have always loved the Grand Floridian. We've hung out in the lobby so many times. A lot of times we would go there, and that we would actually park at the Grand Floridian to go to the Magic Kingdom. You're not technically supposed to, but we would when we could. And so we went through the lobby a lot, and there used to be for a long time. You're right, 40s Mandalorian. Statistics show that people are drinking less and less and less. No, I haven't seen the finished staircase. As far as last time I went, stairs were still there as is. Yeah, I think they're still working on the stairs right now. Yeah, check it out. I want to know. This was just last week that I saw this. So the reason I bring it up is because I'm looking at this lobby, and she was actually there so often that she was like a staple of the Grand Floridian to me. And I don't know who she was. She was an older lady that was in a wheelchair, and she had herself constantly surrounded by gosh, I think it was like $100, and I'm not kidding. It was kind of weird, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember ever seeing her?
I think I seen it. I think I was creeped out because I was, yeah.
Yeah. She was there a lot. She wasn't there every day, but she was there a lot when I went. And I don't know what happened to her. I've often wondered if she just passed, and never talked to her. I didn't know who she was or anything like that, but she was kind of a staple. It was an interesting thing about the Grand Floridian. Maybe she was a ghost. I don't know. I think I have some video footage. So looking down, this is what the lobby looks like right now. You can see the construction curtains at the top of the picture. Over at the left, you see construction walls. All of that is being worked on. I don't know if they're also replacing the tile, which they might be doing. But guests are being talked to right there in the lobby. I will tell you this. I hope, boy, do I hope that they have canceled every wedding that was supposed to take place, because I'm sure you know this, Tom. Usually when you go to the Grand Floridian and everything is operating the way it's supposed to, if you stay there long enough, you'll see some bride and bridesmaid party, bridegroom come through, and they're doing a bunch of photography, because it is a very, very popular place for weddings. And right now, I would avoid that like the plague. I think this is my footage, yeah. So here you can actually see the footage of where I was, and you can see what it looks like. The construction curtains up on the right to the grand staircase. People walking by, and then I'm zooming in on the tea room, so you can see back there. This is what's going on at the Grand Floridian. You saw what was going on in Animal Kingdom. You've seen the Rivers of America and what kind of a disaster that is. And I haven't even had a chance to get to Hollywood Studios and see how bad that is. So, I mean, for the fact that Walt Disney World has existed for 50 years, the fact that right now the entire place is a construction zone, instead of having the intelligence to parse out these projects and at least do one at a time. Oh, they're doing them all at the same time. This
is just knee jerk.
Not only is it knee jerk, but let me ask you this:
poorly planned,
extremely poorly planned. But if you were looking at all this, let's say that you're none of us, and you happen to come across this video and others like it online, and you were thinking about a Disney vacation. And you're watching all this right now, and you're going, oh my gosh, maybe this isn't the time we want to go to Disney. Well, wait, what about that other place in Epic Universe? And you see Epic Universe, Universal. Unfortunately, yes, there was a tragedy, but that was a very, very unusual circumstance as far as I could tell. Everything else about Epic Universe, it's been working fine. But you're looking at this, and you're looking at Universal, and you go, hey, I didn't realize this. Universal has 3 operating parks and a water park right now, and just down the street from that is SeaWorld and another water park. What if we just went there this year and you skip Disney? Like, we've never gone in. We've always done Disney. Let's see what happens if we do Universal. So, well, we'll skip it while they're doing the construction. We'll go back later, and then you go and you experience all that Universal has to offer. How many of those people that do that do you think are going to get so hooked into the Universal that they're like, you know what, maybe we don't need to go back to Disney anytime soon?
Listen, I've seen people do that, but have fights sort of with each other, I wouldn't say fights, but arguments with each other. They're so used to Disney, and they went to Universal so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
They refused to see Disney's downfall, how they've been going down. Universal's uptick, to the point where they're in denial about it. And those people, I don't know what they're gonna. I don't know when they're gonna look at it and say this isn't the same anymore. Why don't we try this? I can see your point, and I can see people doing that though, because people are just used to this. Let's say they grew up there. Say they went there as a kid. Their parents took them there. They're adults now. They had their kids. They reared their kids through there, and now they're going to bring their grandchildren there. They're used to going here.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. They're used to going to Disney, but if they see all the construction at the same time, say, we haven't seen what's going on at Universal. Let's just give it a try. I'm just thinking that, especially not the older people, but a lot of the younger people are going to be like, wow, I didn't realize that Universal had this DreamWorks land is great for our young kids. I had no idea that this was back here. And all of these this Isle of Burke has this amazing play place for the toddlers. Wow, this is crazy. This is so cool. And if they start to see all that Universal has available, and they see all this construction continuing at Disney while Universal's building things up at Epic, I have a feeling that it's going to take a long time for Disney business to get regulated. Now, what I'm not saying is that Disney's going to fall off the face of the earth. I'm definitely not saying that. I think business will always be there for Disney. To your point, Tom, I think there's always going to be people coming. The question is, what will the market share be? I think there's a very good chance that we see over the next 10 years a shakeout whereas the market share used to be like 90% Disney and 10% Universal, I think we're going to see a 50-50 split in the future. And it could even be more for Universal. I don't know, but I think it's at least going to go to 50-50. Wait a second. What is this?
I'm not sure.
The man. If your feed ends abruptly, to call 911. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Does that mean my feed, like my I don't know. Let us know let us clarify that comment for us, William.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused.
Oh, this is where Celine Dion sang the Christmas balcony. Yeah. There's been a lot of that. I mean, that's where the band used to be. It was amazing. They've been wanting to change this since they first changed the Enchanted Rose. It's an Iger Chapek modernizing thing. It's a dumb move is what it is. It's really, really dumb. Oh, it's bizarrely dumb, but that's Disney for you lately. It's not something that anybody wants to see or deal with or anything like that. And it is what it is, and it's sad. And Steak and Shake may have the sentiment to Cracker Barrel, fire the CEO. Well, I think a lot of us have that same sentiment towards Disney. Fire the CEO. Yeah. So right after this show, in about 25 minutes, we've got WDW Pro, and he is going to talk about the Jimmy Kimmel situation. We'll be discussing it on that. There's something, I know there was something that I saw. Yes, I wanted to just briefly talk about this because I think it's when we talk about movies and we talk about theme parks, we talk about pop culture. Normally, we're not talking anything Chun Yu Poon. Hi, Chun Yu. Okay, so Tom, here you go.
Yeah, I know. I answered.
Okay. All right, so you got it. Okay, good. And Chun Yu Poon says, "Hi guys." William says, "Hope that clarified." Hello, howdy. Welcome. Chun Yu Poon. Just call me Alex. Alex, okay. Hey, Alex. It's not so much that it's hard. It's that I don't have anybody to pronounce it for me, so I'm trying to read it. Chun Yu Poon. I guess that would be right. But do you go by Chun or just Alex? That's fine. Anyway, so there was a major cultural phenomenon, a shift that happened over the last 11 days. Alex Chun, there you go. I don't love, whoa. Well, hold on a second. Something amazing is going on here. We gotta.
Doc, calm down, okay? Just calm down. It's me. It's Marty.
No, it can't be you. I sent you back to the future.
Hey, Doc, that's right, but I came back again. I came back from the future. Don't you remember last night? You fainted. I brought you home.
This can't be happening. You can't be here. It doesn't make sense for you to be here. I refuse to even believe that you are here.
Oh my gosh, he is here.
Hi. Yeah, no, don't trip on your hoverboard.
Hey,
that's bad.
what's up?
It's good to see you guys. Yeah, I tried to pop in earlier, but the internet said no, not right now. Okay, but I made it this time, and while I don't have exactly a lot of time, I think there's like all kinds of things that are going to be happening later. But I just wanted to stop in because this magic link showed up in my inbox. It was weird.
Well, thank you for being here. Actually, you're the perfect person to
that never happens.
To discuss this. We were talking about pop culture, movies,
on purpose,
theme parks. Yes, okay. That's what we do. But sometimes there's something that happens in culture, and you're the casino, so you would know that culture casino. That where there is a major cultural shift. And I'm sure you know that. And that's what happened this last 11 days. And we've been having a lot of fun throughout most of the show because we've needed a break from that. But I do want to talk about this because the cultural shift and the massive moment that it was. And I'm not going to read this whole article because I don't really need to, but I think that people should go over to That Park Place and read it. This is by WDW Pro. We'll be getting over to his show in a few minutes. But this was monumental. We had talked earlier about the numbers for the box office for this weekend and how just absolutely dismal. Nobody went to the movies. It was crazy low. We were sharing. There were 2 Disney movies out. The Disney movies, both of them. One was Toy Story, which had come back into theaters, and the other one was Freakier Friday. Way down on the list, of course, was Fantastic Four and stuff. But both of those movies, guess how much they did per theater over the weekend?
In the hundreds.
$600.
Yeah. Look, when I was walking through the box office last night, because normally if StreamYard is working, which it doesn't seem to be, despite how much money we have to pay for the dang thing. But if StreamYard is working, I would have released a box office video. And I was very surprised by the fact that we had, $17 million as the top earning product, which was, again, the anime that was number 1 last weekend. And it fell 75%. This is how few people went to the box office. So when you're saying what you're saying, you're spot on. You've got 13 million in the second place film, which was a horror movie called Him. And then in third place, you had something nobody, people had already had a chance to see. So every single one of these things, Ron and Tom, every single one of these things made zero impact. And they made so little impact that cumulatively, which is the 26 films that were in wide release or in full release, I will say it that way, because some of them only opened in 4 theaters, but they didn't even make $100 million combined. And that's always a bad weekend. So look, we had better things to do this weekend. Sunday, I spent a glorious 5.5 hours at one of the most important church services I've ever attended. A memorial service that celebrated as much as it venerated this man who changed a nation and perhaps even the world. And he did that during a time that ended his life. He became more than the person that he was and the complete summation of the person he was. So, and look, I mean, you've highlighted it here in the article. I'm not sure if this is a Marvin or a pro. Yeah.
Who wrote it?
Outlining the fact that over 100 million. This is the biggest thing ever. And we're not done counting.
It was amazing. I was talking to someone on the phone earlier and going, this is bigger than the Super Bowl. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the numbers on this, and I watched it. And, you know, I'll be honest, a lot of times I had it on in the background because I was doing other things, and I'd like, then the speaker would come on. I kind of tune in. For the most part, I was enjoying what I was hearing, and it was kind of nice. It was like a church. A lot of it was like a church service at home, like you said, amazing church service, right?
Yeah.
Then Erica Kirk spoke, and when she spoke, at first I was listening to the words and just admiring the fact that she had the strength. It was obvious to me that the strength that she had to do what she was doing in this moment was not coming from her, but it was acting through her. And then she said something that took me by surprise, because I'm thinking in the same moment, I don't know that I could do what she did. And she spoke of, the story that we know from the Bible, when Jesus was on the cross and he looked up at his heavenly Father and said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And then she said to her husband's, the person that took him out, she says, I forgive you. So many people, it's that it moved me in a way that I was surprised by. And, people always say, avoid politics and avoid religion, but religion just had a major impact on all of our lives, at least in the United States, but I also think worldwide. And I think what just happened was a cultural phenomenon, the likes of which I can't remember ever seeing anything like this. Like, do either of you, is there anything in your lifetimes that is like this?
Not that I could describe at that moment, Tom.
No, not really.
Yeah, I think that this was a reminder to the tent revivals my grandparents took me to when I was a youngin'. This is in a lot of ways, and the amount of grace that Erica was able to summon, I couldn't. I understand President Trump's sentiments, as he spoke. I'm like, there is not enough venom, within me, to equal what I feel inside, that this man was taken away for no good reason. And then I recycle what I said when I started talking about this. It was a moving moment in time that I don't think will ever be matched. And it's not just because of the reach, right? I mean, we all saw the images and video clips of people as far as South Korea, as people across Europe that were celebrating their own vigils and memorials for Charlie, and chanting, "We are Charlie. We are Charlie Kirk." Yes. Yeah, we kind of all. And that sentiment's not going to change, whether or not, we end up with, dumb FOD on, TV tomorrow night. We had those moments. We had a coming together. We had a unifying celebration. When people call for unity, there's such hollowness in it when it comes from politicians who don't really mean the words or understand what that is. But when you observe unity, I think that I think that that's just something that you can see and you can feel, and I felt a sense of unity. And again, I'm a Christian. I don't really talk about that, but I'm not going to be afraid to do that any longer. And not that I was afraid, but it's not something you do as a creator. But I'm a Christian. I have been. I was destined to about 3 or 4 different paths in my life, and one of them was to be a diaconal minister in my church. But and then of course I met the boss, and that's a different path. But when you talk about these things and when you see them, it's almost indescribable to look out across our country and around the world and have, several 100 million experiencing the same moment you are with the same depth of emotion. And with people who are just disconnected from humanity outside that very building and protesting a celebration of a man's life, are they going to go outside and protest Martin Luther King, JFK, all these other pillars of humanity? I mean,
at this time they probably would, Culture. At this time they probably would.
Man, I hope
I
not,
tell you, one of the things, I don't think that I expected the response to Charlie's passing.
Yeah.
Even in the way that he did pass, I don't think I expected the response to be at this level. There has been, first of all, let me put it this way. A week and a half ago, on the Wednesday that it happened, do you remember all of the looting and trashing of stores and everything that took place that night?
Oh, it was awful. I mean, there might have been one person that stole a stick of gum, maybe. I don't even think that happened.
Going off the beach.
Yeah. No, but it's just it's strange. And when you point out that disconnect, that dichotomy, that polar opposite reaction, it really does point out the hypocrisy. Nobody needed a pair of shoes when when Charlie Kirk was executed, political assassination. Nobody needed a pair of shoes that bad. They didn't go to the store. No. It's just different. Think about these words. We are not the same.
Yeah.
We're not the same. We're not calling for the elimination of that kid's family for what he did, right? We're not looking to burn buildings that represent something similar to any of that. We don't do that. It is why the words "we are not the same" is so important. It's why we witness God's grace in a way I don't think we've ever seen in our lifetimes, with what Erica said, calling up strength that I don't know how that's humanly possible, to forgive somebody just days after they've eliminated the love of your life, that they took away those children's future with their father. I mean, yeah. I do not know how Erica did it, and yet she did. And then
I want to say this real quick too,
yeah,
as a performer, because I watched her. She does have a background as a pageant contestant. She knows how to perform on stage. I can tell you, I saw something that a lot of people didn't see because of my experience. A lot of people thought, well, if she was able to do this, it wasn't sincere, right? Because she's no. Okay, let me explain that as a performer. She mustered up. I saw her. I saw what she was doing. She was every bit of strength that she had. She was calling on to hold her freaking self together. That's what you saw, and maybe have mistaken for a lack of sincerity. But the fact of the matter is, and I know this for a fact, the moment she walked off stage, she broke down.
Yeah. Well,
Before
I mean,
she was on stage, she was having a difficult time.
Well, I mean, again, she was drawing that up. She kept looking up at the Lord for strength.
Yeah.
She was summoning the shell. She was summoning the armor for that performance. You know, and look, I mean, you can think it's insincere. I can tell you every moment that everybody in that building, everybody that was across the street at the hockey arena, because that's what was happening. They had 100,000 people in that building. They had an entirely full, like 28,000 people, I think, in the hockey arena. And then outside those buildings, there were 50, 60,000 other people standing in the heat. If you have any idea how hot it was yesterday in the Phoenix area, and they were standing there. Everybody could feel that moment. So it's like, you know, call it what you will. She is the new CEO. She's the new leader of the of that effort. She's the perfect choice.
Yeah.
This is a woman who, in every sense of the word, was her husband's shadow. You know, there's always a wonderful woman standing behind a man. I don't think it's any more appropriate to say than when it comes to Erica Kirk.
And think about this. Everybody usually, you know, a horrific event, they're grieving just in a private funeral.
Yeah.
She had to do this out in public for the
Yeah.
whole world to see.
Yeah.
That would have broke most people.
Yeah. And Tom, did you notice that the president wanted her to join him up on stage after he finished? And I don't think I've ever seen a man hug a person that's not family as completely as he did with her. And again, this drove me, again, it drove me to maybe head down to the main chapter and say, I've done this before. What do you want me to do?
It's, I like I said, this was a cultural shift.
Yeah.
This is, at least in my experience, in my estimation, this is as much of a cultural shift as post 9/11 was. And I think that the difference is that this event will actually change even more people's lives and will stick with people, because we have 9/11 caused a very negative reaction to move forward, if you will. 9/11 caused literal fighting and war and stuff like that. I think that this will have the opposite effect. I think that this will have a very positive effect. Not what happened to Charlie, but the way that we're handling it afterwards and the movement that has been created, because his voice got magnified. Like, it's amazing. Like, you think of all the things that somebody tried to stop him from, somebody tried to end him and his ideology and everything he stood for, and they accomplished the opposite. They magnified his voice millions of times over, more stronger than it could ever be. It literally is that line from, Kenobi, if you strike me down, I should become more powerful than you can possibly imagine. And that's exactly what has happened. And I think that we all kind of feel the presence of Charlie. And I think that we all feel very secure in our minds, in our hearts, that he is in a paradisiacal place, a place of love, a place of belonging with his Father in heaven, with Jesus Christ, and that moving on, God will give his family and the organization a strength to do something we've never seen as far as a shift in the culture before.
Yeah,
and I think it's I don't see it as anything but good because of teachings like love thy neighbor.
And I think, and in that, I think you're 100% right. I think there's also something that shifted, though. The most reasonable warrior when it comes to this and what's been Charlie Kirk's organization's been fighting for, he was the most reasonable warrior. Now you have an army of unreasonable warriors. I think that's. I think they won't have quite the patience, quite the sense of peace that Charlie was able to muster at every event. If you've ever been to an event, I've been to multiple events, and I can tell you at the last, like right after the president was elected, I was at AmFest, Amerifest, whatever. I was at that because I was there to be the tech guy doing all the setup and stuff for interviews, and not for them, but for one of the groups that I work with. So I was there for like recording interviews, conducting interviews of the various people that were at the event, and one of many in media, I shall say, and I was given that privilege because of a veterans organization. So, and this is what Go and Show you just said. Yeah, you took away the moderate. Now you get Milo. Milo's the worst. I mean, he's the best. He's the best.
I love you,
but he's also the worst, and look, his reaction was, "You
They're
killed
even
my
getting Jeffree Star now." Okay.
Yeah. Oh man, Jeffrey was on fire on Piers Morgan. I'm like,
oh yeah.
I'm like, y'all don't realize that you woke up an army of people that are now fearless. You have fearless people. It's like it's one of those things where you've mustered up. You've mustered up an army of voices now that are going to be fearless. They're going to go to these campus events. You're going to have more people volunteering than they could even imagine. You had people registering to vote through the Turning Point Action, which is their other organization, and the volunteers couldn't keep up with voting registration for Republicans. Yeah. You have tens of thousands of people that were forced to do their own research on this man because what they saw was so incongruent with what's being presented by the lefties, the mainstream media, the crackerjacks out there, right?
Right.
And it's kind of inspiring, but I know we need to shuffle on, but I wanted to pop in, and I'm sorry I didn't get here earlier because you picked a great subject for me. It got me emotional again. I didn't need that, so thanks.
Yes, and we will be moving on to another great voice in the realm, and that will be WDW Pro right after this. Tom is wrenching everywhere.
Plus he runs my Discord.
Culture.
Yeah.
Running
I love the
Discord.
wrench. Look at that. Yeah. Look at that guy. At that guy.
And Culture Casino is the hardest working man on YouTube and probably the internet and maybe the world. I don't know.
Man, I'm a slacker. What are you talking about? I'm a slacker. I've been doing loads of live streams. I haven't done videos since like Thursday. One, because StreamYard. Anyway.
Right.
Aren't you using Easy Mux?
I do for lives. I don't use it. It's a hodgepodge. Tom, I need a producer. We got to have that conversation sometime.
Yeah.
So please subscribe to Culture Casino and Campione Reacts because that's a great new channel.
Yeah. Now I got to get back to making videos for that. So,
Tom,
stop giving me more work. Dang it.
There's Tom F's channel. I just got more work from that Park Place, but you know that I'm writing 10 articles a week now. So.
Ooh, that's good work, dude. I'm jealous.
That's exciting. It's exciting stuff. So yes, and right now we're going to send you over to the WDW Pro Show, probably already in progress. So until next time, thank you guys so much, and we will see you real soon. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
See you over at the Pro. Go over.
Dishes are done, man. Cleans them down to the shop.